Breaking news. The attacks on the convoy in Iraq were instigated by Iranian agents, explaining the presence of gunmen in southern Iraq. Attacks such as these are usually carried out by more central regions in the country by Sunni Muslim militia. This source also stated the port of Shat al-Arab is a likely first objective in the Iranian military to take it as an invasion, as it is the only port Iraq has on the Persian Gulf. To comment on this, I have the United States delegate here with me. Delegate, what do you think of this situation?
Well, I think it's a conflict that goes back in time in between the two sects of Iran and Iraq. Shiites and Sunnis not getting along. And we were just providing America has recently just changed its position on mines. We're against it, but still we think it should be used as a deterrent to protect some people's sovereignties, like South Korea against North Korea in this situation with Iran for Iraq.
Thank you very much. It seems the possibility of an invasion may be imminent or something of other, and the United States has recently, as he just said, changed its opinion on landmines as defensive weapons. Here to comment on that further is a delegate from Iran. Delegate, what are your comments on the situation?
Well, the U.S. Had a anonymous source that they got this information from, and it seems kind of, I don't know, ironic how they get information about their enemies to go in and, I don't know, for example, for Iraq they had weapons of mass destruction. So that tells me that the intelligence for the U.S. government is not completely legitimate. And China has also stated this in one of their press releases, saying that they don't think that it's a really credited example. So.
Is the Iranian nation ready for war?
We are not seeking conflict with the U.S., and we feel that conflict is being shoved upon us by the U.S., so, yeah.
Thank you very much. Coming up later, we'll have delegates from Iraq to discuss the situation, as well as an expert on the Middle East. Iraq, their country in turmoil, and the recent victims of more attacks are sitting with me now to discuss the situation with Iran. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with us. What are your comments on the situation?
Well, we feel that it's our right to militarize our border with Iran, and we agree with the Americans in doing so. So we don't feel that we're impinging on the sovereignty of Iran by putting claymore mines on our border.
Claymore mines which are purely defensive, and yeah, that's it.
Mines as a defensive weapon. It seems a tactic that Iraq may use to prevent an attack from Iran and not infringe on their sovereignty. For more information, we will go to our expert, Keith, to discuss this further. Sitting with me now is our expert on the Middle East, Keith. He's going to discuss the recent interviews that I had with the delegates from the United States, Iran, as well as Iraq. Keith, thank you for being with us. My first question is, of course, what is the world's opinion on landmine usage?
Well, Dan, world opinion is overwhelmingly against landmines. The Ottawa Treaty of 1992 pretty much banned most landmines in the world, and most uses as well. Only a few mines have escaped this treaty, the Claymore being one of them. Also, the U.S. is not a signatory to this treaty.
Earlier, I mentioned the port of Shat al-Arab. Shat al-Arab, thank you very much. You're the expert. Anyways, what is the significance of that port in light of this new situation?
Well, the Shat al-Arab is the only port that Iraq has onto the Persian Gulf. This was an entry point of Iran in the Iraq-Iran war. They managed to cut the port off for several months, and it's also the only port oil can go out of. So this is a hotly contested area. Mines in this area suggest escalation of hostilities, and I sincerely hope that cooler heads prevail and try to avert a possible crisis.
That concludes the broadcast. I'm Dan Actually, and that's news to me.